In this problem, we need to resolve the given rational fraction into partial fraction. So let's begin. So we are given 4x minus 5, this is our rational fraction, divided by 2x plus 1 multiplied to x squared minus 6x plus 9. But that's actually the expansion of x minus 3 whole squared. So this is our rational fraction. What we're going to do, we are going to assume that this can be broken down into three partial fractions. Three partial fractions because we have three factors in the denominator. The first one being 2x plus 1 and the other two are x minus 3. X minus 3 is repeated here. So our first partial fraction will be a over 2x plus 1. Followed by the second partial fraction, so we'll consider b over x minus 3. And the third partial fraction will be c over x minus 3 whole square. So let's label this as equation number 1. Now what we'll do, we'll use the method known as the cover-up method. So using cover-up method, we will be able to find out the values of the constant, but not all the constant, few of the constant. So we can find out the value of a. All we have to do is consider the original rational function 4x minus 5, and in that we are going to cover up 2x plus 1. That will leave us with x minus 3 whole squared in the denominator. So what we have done is, if we want to find out the value of constant a, we look for its denominator. So that's 2x plus 1. And we are going to cover up that factor in the original rational fraction. So what we have done here is covering it up means we will be considering 2x plus 1 and equate it to 0. Solving for x, that gives us a value x equals to negative half. So we will be substituting the value back into the 4x minus 1 over x minus 5. So we have 4 times negative half minus 5 divided by negative half minus 3 whole square. So let's calculate this value. This comes out to be negative 4 over 7. So we found out the value of a. Now we will find out the value of c. We cannot find out the value of b. We'll come to that in a moment. So c value can be obtained by taking up the original rational fraction, and here we are going to cover up the factor x minus 3 whole square. So we are left with 2x plus 1 in the denominator. So we have covered up here x minus 3 whole squared. That means we are going to equate it to 0, and solving for x is going to give us a value x equals to 3, which will substitute here. So substituting gives us, we have 4 times 3 minus 5 divided by 2 times 3 plus 1. So 4 times 3, that's 12. 12 minus 7, so that's positive 7. Divided by 2 times 3, that's 6. 6 plus 1 will be 7. So we have 7 over 7. And c value comes up to be 1. Now we can use a and c to find out the value of b. The question arises, why can't we use the cover-up method to find out the value of b? That means if we use the cover-up method, then b should be equals to 4x minus 5 divided by 2x plus 1. Now, if we look at the second partial fraction, the denominator b is x minus 3. That means we can only cover up x minus 3 from the original rational fraction. We're still left with x minus 3. And since we have x minus 3, we cannot take x to be equals to 3. That will make the denominator go to 0, which is not possible. So we cannot use this method to find out the value of b. So how do we find out the value of b? For that, we'll have to use equation number 1. So equation number 1, we are going to multiply throughout with the denominator 2x plus 1 times x minus 3 whole square. So that means we have 4x minus 5 on the left hand side. On the right hand side, we are going to have x minus 3 whole square multiplied to a plus 2x plus 1 times x minus 3 multiplied to b. This will be the second term, and the final term will be 2x plus 1 multiplied to c. Now clearly we see that this equation, so this is equation number 2, this is an identity in x. So if we take x as equals to 0, what we can find here, we have 4 times 0 minus 5, that gives us negative 5, equals to, we have x minus 3 whole square, that will be 0 minus 3 whole square, that's 9a, plus we have 2x plus 1, so that's 0 plus 1 multiplied to 0 minus 3, so we have negative 3b, so this will be negative 3b. And the final one will be 2 times 0 plus 1, so that gives us positive c. So we have obtained another equation. Now this equation in terms of a, b and c. Since we have already obtained the value of a and c, we can easily find out the value of b. So 3b, that will be equals to 9a plus c plus 5. Let's plus plug in the value of a and c here. So 3b will be equals to 9 times negative 4 divided by 7. So here this is the value of a plus c. C came out to be 1. So that was added to the third term, that's 5. So 3b will be equals to, so we have 9 times 4, that's negative 36 over 7 plus 6. So 3b will be equals to 6 over 7. Solving for b, we get 2 over 7. So we have successfully obtained the value of a, which is negative 4 over 7, b, which is 2 over 7, and the value of 1. We can substitute all this value back into our equation number 1 to get the final answer. So let's do that. And thus, 4x minus 5 divided by 2x plus 1 multiplied to x squared minus 6x plus 9. This was our original rational fraction. This can be split into 3 partial fractions as negative 4 divided by 7 times 2x plus 1 plus 2 over 7 times x minus 3 plus 1 over x minus 3 whole square. So this is a required answer.